In the endless quiet of space, where light travels for billions of years before reaching human eyes, the James Webb Space Telescope drifts like a golden lantern in the dark. It was built to look backward in time, to witness the birth of the first stars, the formation of galaxies, and the origins of everything we see. But one observation changed everything. What Webb found wasn't a nebula or a distant cluster of stars. It was something structured. Something precise. Something that seemed to be looking back. The observation began like countless others. Webb was aimed toward a region of sky so empty that astronomers often use it for calibration, a patch of darkness expected to show nothing but silence. The goal was simple: to collect faint infrared light from ancient galaxies hidden behind cosmic dust. Then came the first anomaly. The raw data contained pulses, rhythmic bursts of light, repeating at regular intervals. At first, the team assumed it was a sensor error or a reflection from one of Webb's mirrors. But when the data was compared with readings from ground-based observatories, the same pattern appeared. It wasn't a glitch. It was real. A pattern too perfect when the signal was mapped into visual form. It showed something impossible. A web of geometric symmetry, perfect curves, mirrored axes, and ratios identical to the Fibonacci sequence and golden spiral. Nothing in natural astrophysics had ever displayed such mathematical precision. It was as though someone had drawn geometry into the fabric of space itself. The discovery triggered quiet lockdowns across multiple research facilities. Data access was restricted. NASA and the European Space Agency paused public updates, citing verification procedures. But within the scientific community, rumors spread, whispers that Webb had imaged something deliberate. The signal speaks, then the second shock came. The light pattern wasn't static, it was pulsing. When analysts converted those pulses into numerical sequences, the rhythm followed the order of prime numbers: 2, 3, 5, 7. Nature doesn't count in primes. But intelligence does. It was no longer possible to dismiss the data as coincidence. The signal carried structure, harmonics layered upon harmonics, forming what looked like a blueprint. When the data was plotted into 3 dimensions, it resembled a fractal lattice, repeating itself endlessly at every scale. Some theorists suggested it might be a kind of communication grid, not an object at all, but a transmission woven into space-time, a cosmic message embedded in the universe itself. Others speculated it could be an artifact, a technological relic drifting between galaxies, created by a civilization far older than humanity. An answer in the echo. As Webb continued to observe, something stranger happened. The pulse pattern began to shift, adapting slightly with each observation cycle, almost as if responding to our attention. And then, for a brief moment, the rhythm synchronized with Earth's own ancient radio signals, transmissions first broadcast in the early decades of human communication. The alignment was exact. It was as if the cosmos had caught our echo, and was sending it back. Soon after, an image appeared online, allegedly from Webb's raw data logs. It showed the same symmetrical structure, with a caption that read, "It's not a galaxy, it's a reply." Experts who examined the leak confirmed that the spectral fingerprints matched Webb's imaging system precisely. The leak was real. A message hidden in time inside NASA's secure archives. Decoding efforts began. Linguists, mathematicians, and AI systems searched for meaning. They found recursive layers, patterns repeating within patterns, time folded into geometry. Some believed the signal wasn't directed at humanity at all, but part of a universal conversation, an ancient communication running continuously through the cosmos, one we had only just learned to detect. And then, silence. The pulses stopped. The image faded into the background noise of space. Webb recorded nothing but static, as though the cosmos had closed its curtain. But in the final moments before it vanished, a faint burst appeared, a rhythm identical to early human deep space broadcasts from the 1970s. When translated into simple mathematical code, it said one thing: "We hear you." The vanishing point. When the James Webb Space Telescope turned its gaze toward a seemingly empty region of the cosmos, what it found defied explanation. For a moment, just one frozen instant, it captured something that shouldn't exist. A faint, geometric structure suspended in deep space. It didn't resemble a galaxy, a nebula, or any known stellar formation. Its symmetry was too precise, its light too stable, its presence too deliberate. And then, it was gone. Follow-up scans of the same coordinates showed nothing. No structure. No radiation. No gravitational disturbance. It was as if whatever had been there had simply ceased to exist, or had never been there at all. Yet, the data remained. Verified. Repeatable. Cross-checked by multiple systems. No malfunction. No glitch. Just a single frame in time, and a mystery that refuses to fade. The implications if the observation was genuine, it means two extraordinary things. First, we are not alone. Second, something intelligent has been watching, possibly for longer than we can imagine. Think about that for a moment. For decades, humanity has searched the skies, sending signals, messages, and telescopes to the edge of perception, asking the same ancient question: are we alone? And yet, what if the answer was never hidden? What if it was watching us the whole time, not to reveal itself, but to wait until we were ready to see? This discovery forced scientists and philosophers alike to reconsider everything we thought we knew about intelligence, consciousness, and the fabric of reality itself. Could it be possible that awareness doesn't just emerge within living organisms, but exists throughout the universe, woven into space-time like gravity or light? A mirror across the stars, that single frame of data has become one of the most studied images in human history. Scientists describe it not as a photograph, but as a mirror, a reflection of awareness itself. Because when they looked at the data, they found something strange, faint fluctuations in the signal that seemed to echo the telescope's own transmission patterns, almost as if it had been reflected intentionally. The Webb telescope was designed to look backward in time, to see the first galaxies born after the Big Bang. But perhaps, just once, it found something looking forward, directly at us. That possibility changed everything. Suddenly, the question wasn't what we had seen, but who had seen us. And what if the image wasn't of an object, but of an idea, a cosmic response written in the only language that can cross billions of light years, light itself? The deeper meaning: maybe the universe was never silent. Maybe consciousness isn't unique to life at all, but part of the cosmos itself, written into its equations, waiting for awareness to recognize itself. What if intelligence is not something that evolves within the universe, but something the universe does? Every star, every atom, every quantum fluctuation might be part of a vast and ancient awareness, and for a brief moment, Webb may have brushed against its edge. Perhaps that's why the structure vanished. Not because it ceased to exist, but because it was never bound by time or matter as we understand them. It appeared only when observation and awareness aligned, when the cosmos looked at itself through our eyes. The reflection: if that's true, then we are no longer just observers standing apart from the universe. We are participants in its story. Because when the cosmos finally looks back, it never does so by accident. That single moment, that flicker of impossible geometry, might have been a message, not in words, but in awareness. A reminder that the universe is not empty, but alive with meaning. And so, even as the structure vanished, something profound remained. A connection. A recognition. A quiet understanding that we are part of something vast, something that sees us, just as we strive to see it. The awaiting silence. Today, telescopes continue to scan the same coordinates, searching for even the faintest trace of what Webb saw that day. But the silence persists. Not an absence, but a presence that feels patient, almost expectant. Somewhere out there, beyond the reach of light, the mystery still waits, not lost, but watching. And maybe, one day soon, we'll finally understand what it has been trying to say all along. Because perhaps, in that vanished point of light, the universe wasn't showing us something new. It was showing us ourselves, reflected across the stars.